Howdy folks, my name's Casey and I'm here to take you on a little adventure. When Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton came in, it flooded pretty much all of Central Florida pretty bad. And today I'm back on the Withlacoochee River, starting at Silver Lake, and I'm going to try and get to Hog Island and make it back. I think I can do it, but I want to check out and see how flooded it is. Now, in order to find parking and to be able to even launch the kayak, I had to rent a campsite at Silver Lake Campground, and I got my car parked up there and I just launched it right behind my campsite because the water's flooded up so high. But because I have a campsite, I'm not bringing my camping gear, so I'm light, so I should be able to travel fast. And I brought the green kayak, the tank, so if there's any debris or anything, I can just kind of run over everything. But we're right by this highway, so let's get beyond that. It's too loud. Here's the boat ramp at Silver Lake. I sat underneath there and ate a can of beans or ravioli or something earlier this year. But normally the water level is all the way back here by the trees. It's definitely up. Well, right away I can tell getting back is going to be a struggle. The water flow is really strong right here. The water level is pretty high going back into the woods. I don't know how far back that goes, but it's as far as I can see. But the river is really easy to follow as well. Obviously, this section's wide pretty much all the way to Hog Island. And up on this log we have our first little alligator. We'll just let the current kind of take us so we don't spook it. See how close we can get. Doing a little detour through here. There's a blue blaze right there, but just going back into the woods a little bit to see how flooded it is. It's pretty bad. Here we are at the Iron Bridge. We'll go up into the little parking lot area to see how bad it is up there. Right over here is the road leading down. And then this right here is the parking area. I'll check with the paddle to see how deep it is. About 3 feet-ish, 3 feet. Yeah, my cruising speed downriver is a little fast. You can see how quickly I'm passing everything on shore. So I did bring my nav lights so I could turn those on, and I have a headlight. So getting back, if I don't get back before dark, if it's just a long, slow paddle, you know, I'll still be able to see and still be within, you know, all the regs. So should be a fun trip back. It's gonna be a workout for sure. My shoulders will be burning, I'm sure. This is the major portion of the flow just coming through the woods right here, and the river's from behind me. And if I scan around, you can see over here on the right how it's flowing mainly through the woods. But this right here is the actual Withlacoochee River itself. But I'm gonna have to paddle, I'm getting pushed around. This type of kayaking trip is so my speed. Like this is like my element. I love it so much. It's awesome. Like even like the flood stage is what's really cool. I'm digging it. Making a turn right now. But I think something that I want to do on the way back, I want to see how straight shot I can make it by cutting through the woods and just all the bramble and nastiness. I think I can make a pretty straight line. So I have my Garmin, and this has my tracker, so it should show. I get a lot of glare there, but the GPS tracker should show, so I'll post it up in the little corner of the screen there how straight I was able to get it. This area is looking pretty cool. The big dead tree right in the center. There's an old sign up here that I missed last time I was kayaking down the river. This point right here is Hog Island, and the river wraps around it. It's an island, obviously. And when I came through last time, I went to the left just to check it out, and I was going to do the right side this time. But I just noticed this sign as it's coming around the tree right there. It says Hog Island Campground to the right. So that's what we're gonna do. And the reason why that sign is there is if you look, this is the tip of Hog Island, so the left looks like the obvious route, but the shortest way is to go to the right here. What's cool about this, with either way that you take, is because the river's splitting in half. Well, right now the river's all the way over Hog Island, but when the river splits, both sides are super shallow and it's like very Jurassic Parky on either side. So I came back this way last time. So I've already circled the island before, but just go in the opposite direction now. That's pretty neat. Wow, looking at that, you can almost see like fall colors in the trees. It's like a painting. Oh, I can tell we're getting close. I see a campground sign. There's a park bench up there. I want to find the campsite that I stayed at. But I'm going to run ashore and check out Hog Island Campground and see how it's looking. Oh, the mosquitoes are bad. Alright, this will be a short visit. The mosquitoes are really bad. Right when I pulled up, it was just a swarm of them. Looks like someone left some nice camping chairs and a big old cooking pot. No chili in it though. Looks like someone got a little rowdy. Totally destroyed that bench. This is a different either campground or a different section of the campground. I can't find where I stayed last time. Where I stayed was the kayak camp, and just beyond the kayak camp was like an actual campground for RVs with the rest house, bathhouse and all that stuff. This is more like for like big groups. Like check out this setup right here. I think they got a massive fire ring, a couple picnic tables, benches. Really nice spot. Man, there's a tree here. That thing is humongous. Big old oak. So my guess is that I just didn't go far enough around Hog Island, and this is just another section of that campground. I'm walking up the road right now. I think what I'll do is I'll get in the kayak and I'll circle Hog Island and then try and do that straight cut. Dang, I just spooked a deer. That was awesome. It was huge. Alright, so and there's a private residence back here. It'd be neat to live back there. All right, in the hustle to get out of there, I dunked the camera, so my mic might be messed up. But I donated a pint of blood to the mosquito population. It was crazy right there on the water's edge. Here, there's nothing. So, but yeah, I got ate up. But where I was right here. So almost to the Hog Island campground that I stayed at last time. So I don't really know what that is, but there's a sign there. It's got the phone number. I might have caught it on the other camera. To call and rent that space out. Great for big parties if you want to have like 20 or 30 of you to go out there. I don't know what the limit is, but you could fit a lot of people on the benches anyway. So I'm just going to coast on up here, get to the actual campground and check that out. It is crazy to see Hog Island completely underwater though. Like I haven't seen any land on Hog Island yet. So there's something 10, got a point on it. Not real sure, I think. Campground's right over there. Oh yeah, and then there's something else up there, so definitely close. Yeah, it looks like there's docks over there. Oh, I might be over the campground. Oh, I think I know where I'm at. So yeah, there's a picnic table. Those aren't docks, they're picnic tables, and a grill. All right. Yeah, so this is the boat launch. Oh, there's an alligator on the picnic table. That's funny. You see the alligator on the picnic table? When I bump that, it's gonna spook him. Oh, and you can't see it, but on the glass that's on the table, there's a lizard sitting on it. Yeah, a lizard and an alligator. Oh, and then another one's swimming right there. That's funny. Lizard. The alligator swimming away. Two of them. So you can see these posts here, and the water's up beyond that, like the turnaround area. Look, we have a paddle up water station. People doing that, it's probably why the river's so high. Leave that turned off. Alright, there's the canoe camp, group of 5. This is where I camped at last time. Yeah, this is where I got my water. Then this picnic table right here is where I did my meals. Oh, that's so funny. Oh yeah, I hung my hammock right down here somewhere. Oh yeah, between this tree and then the tree behind that tree right there. Huh. Yeah, so I'm So right now I'm sitting right over the fire pit, and that's where the wood was between those trees, and over this branch right here, is where I hung my food bag. Looks a lot different. All right, so what I'm gonna do from here is, I can't really go much further up there onto the campground because the land's right there, and I see RVs there, so it is open, or at least somebody's here patrolling it. So I'm going to turn my GPS on and see if I can follow a straight track all the way back to Silver Lake. Might be possible. All right, now that I'm hydrated, got some snacks in me, some calories. See if we can get back to Silver Lake in a straight line. This is pretty neat. It is so peaceful back in here. The water's just stale, flat. Like, I mean, it's moving a little bit, but not enough to affect like my motion at all. So, yeah, pretty neat. You can see I'm nowhere near the river. I have no idea where the river is. Just cruising on through the woods. God, it's so peaceful out here. Check out that knot on the tree. It's pretty neat. Big old turtle on the log. Check out this big cypress. Wow. So I'm cutting through this area right here. And as I'm cutting through, there's just a lot of green growth. And it's really hard to navigate through here. I really don't know where the river is either. So I'm just using the compass. I'm just trying to just push that line the best I can. But I think what I'm going to have to do is cut back to the west a little bit. I know the river is over there, and bypass this that has so much growth in it. So, but I don't know how far away it is. I just know it should be over there. Whew, okay, I made it. If you have a fear of spiders, don't do that. There's spiders everywhere. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're just crawling all over me and on the boat. It's pretty wild. So, all right, well, found the river. I'm going to bypass this little section and then we'll start cutting through the woods again. It's a lot of fun. Oh man, I'm just now to the Hog Island campground sign. Whoa, that could be a long trip home. That took me at least a half an hour to do, and that wasn't very far to go. So, I don't know. It might get dark on me. I did just realize I was smart enough to bring my food bag. So I think what I'll do is I'll go down the river another mile or so, and then I might cook me up some dinner right here on the cockpit. These red leaves are really bright. I don't know how well they're going to show up on that camera, but I'm going to shortcut right through here. Looks like the best option. As I'm cutting through these woods, oh my gosh, right back there, you probably can't even tell, but I was going through that bramble. Maybe it looks like a cut right there, but it was just so thick and branches. I closed my eyes and it's like I was in boxing, like just guarding myself. But yeah, just pushing through the woods. As we're pushing through, I just got to this little stopping point here. I can see the river's like way over to my left. I can see it over there. But my GPS point where I want to go is that way. So I'm going to keep going. It looks like I can go up this way, then maybe cut a little bit left. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I thought doing that I'd come out near the river. I did not. I did not. Check this out. So I thought the river was right here. That's clearly woods, dense woods, for as far as I can see. Looking at the water's coming from this direction, flowing this way on those branches. So I think what I'm going to do is just follow the water for a minute and see where I shoot out at. As I've come up to some of these trees, I thought they were crabs running up them. They're not. They're giant wolf spiders, and they're huge. I got to get one on camera. Wow, that thing was so big. Yeah, the problem is they don't like people, apparently. Whenever I get, oh, it's a lizard. Whenever I get close to one, they run onto the other side of the tree. Kind of a cool looking tree right there. Quick update. It's been about 10 minutes or so since I've seen the river. Not real sure if it's on my left side or my right side. And there's my tree. Yeah, it's pretty crazy out here. I am able to continue making my way through the woods, and I'm going against the current, which should lead me back to Silver Lake. So slow and steady progress. I'm hoping to make it to the Iron Bridge, That's my goal. The Iron Bridge is where I'm going to eat at, and then we'll press on from there. So, but this current is pretty strong. The tree that I hit, I'm already 15 feet away from it. That little one right there. All right, just to my right are palms, and they grow mainly on land that is always land. So my guess is the river is somewhere to my left, over there. So I'm gonna try and mosey that way. Okay, so I just checked the map and I am far from the river. So yeah, I need to go left, I don't know, 500 feet, 1,000 feet, I don't know. It's pretty far. So going that way. Look at this cypress tree where they're grown together and then they split off. That's pretty cool. That's a giant. There's one of those big spiders right there. Am I getting it? Man, that thing is 3 inches, all of 3 inches from tip of feet. See that thing? Look at it compared to the paddle. That thing is massive. Let's see if I can get a good size comparison here. Just keep drifting away. All right, so here's the size comparison of them. Can you hear that owl telling me not to be doing this? Like, don't. I've never seen a wolf spider that big. Not in a long time. Very cool, but I guess they're just hanging out low for some reason. But that's the 3rd or 4th one that I've seen. All right, we found the river again. I knew we could do it. Man, it's flowing right here. Then I want me to turn against it. There we go. Check this out. Found a little motorboat. It's got a wind-up motor and everything. A little prop. It's pretty muddy, but I bet it still works. Oh, look how fast this current's flowing. See you later. Coming through the spot at the Iron Bridge where it narrows. My speed is 1.4 in that current. It's just so strong. About to break out of it right now. Yeah, breaking out. There's 2. That was a rough little stretch by the power lines. Looks like getting in the parking lot's not going to be easy either. Whew. I didn't realize there were so many cobwebs on the screen there. I think I can get up here where it's nice and calm and then do some dinner, rehydrate. It's rough going upstream. It's slow going. Less than 2 miles an hour is our averaging speed. Well, I made it to where I thought I was going to stop and eat. This would be way too unpleasant. The mosquitoes are going nuts. But right now I'm in a parking lot that's flooded. So I'm gonna head back out. We only got like a mile to go, so at 2 miles an hour, you know, get me there in 30 minutes. So, and we'll get back before dark still, which is amazing. I really thought it'd be too late. There's a turtle right over there. But, so I'm not gonna eat here. The bugs are too bad. but I am going to eat a little bit of trail mix, get some calories, hydrate, and then push on. All right, I want to try this little boat out, see how it does. First turn and it broke. Oh well. That's too bad. Too much mud in there. Yeah, the prop's pretty tight. Right into the sun. Let me get out of the way of that. Is that not something else? That's awesome. We're gonna do some night kayaking out there. I just carried my bag back. I didn't even know I had one of these wolf spiders on my bag. It's not doing too well. Well, good luck to you, buddy. Alright, so looking at what we have here, some pepperonis, some tuna, top ramen. Alright, so not going to do this. Right, so I think the Thai chili and pepperoni will go together on here, and then we'll do some ramen, and that should be plenty for dinner. I really think this is going to go well together. I don't know if I need the pepperonis or not. Might just leave that bag sealed for later. And then ramen's going in the pot. Alright, so I put just the one whole packet in for one. I was going to do two, but it was too thin. It didn't look good enough. And then I was going to heat it up, but I think it'd be good to heat the tortilla up first. So I'm just going to eat this one cold, and then I'll heat one up and see how much better it is. I'm sure there'll be a difference. We'll see. Well, cold, it's pretty good. My tripod's down at the kayak, so I have to do all this by hand. It shouldn't be too difficult here. I don't have any butter. I don't have any butter or oil or anything to put on here. And just put it on there until it gets hot. Look at the face it made. That's cute. Those are really hot. That's better. Alright, so this lake isn't really big. I think it's like a mile or so. Put it across the top. But I want to go to the far side of it and just see what's over there. I want to see where the Withlacoochee is coming into it, or how it starts. So also get away from the road noise for just a little bit. Let's get paddling. And that's my view as the sun's setting. It's actually pretty nice. There's really not a lot of light capture right now, but the view is pretty nice. The water's glass, slight breeze. It's a good night. If the moon comes out, it's just past the full moon, so we should be able to see pretty good. But right now there's no stars yet, so we'll see what happens. There's actually a pretty bright star right up here. I don't think that's showing up. But man, it is so nice out here. Yeah, I was looking back along the shore, and as I was leaving the campground area, there's no lights in that campground at all. It's pitch black. So, I mean, I know if I go to the bridge then I've gone too far, but yeah, I don't know exactly where that little beach is that I launched from, but I'll be able to find it. It's just not standing out quite like I was expecting it to. I can hear noises in there like there's gators. I don't see any eyes though. I see spider eyes. There's no way it's gonna show up, but there's like 40 of the white birds all up in the trees right there. Alright, I don't want to spook them. Yeah, this little spot that I'm getting into is pretty foggy. Can't really see much back in here. I just ran aground on this long dam on this inside this cove, so I don't know if you can really see it, but we're in a cove with the dam. I'll have to show you on the map. Oh man, something breathed. Well, I don't know what that was, but something was not happy over there. Oh my gosh. Huh. Oh man. There's something on the shoreline. I'm glad I paddled away from it, because right when I did, it let out that breath and then it started moving along. I don't know what it was. Oh, I love the nighttime. It's so cool. So many weird sounds. And out here in the middle of this little cove, the only thing that can get me is alligators. Or a swimming Bigfoot or something. But the stars are starting to come out. It's going to be a nice night out here. I'm not going to stay too long. I'm pretty tired. But I did want to come out here and get some nighttime kayaking in. I don't know if you can hear all that commotion. It's over where the big nest of birds are. Making quite the racket. Turn the light on, it brings like instant bugs. But since I've been sitting out here, I've seen 2 shooting stars and a bunch of satellites and airplanes and lots of stars. Just a beautiful night out here. But I am ready to head back in, mainly because of the bugs. But I need to find out where that campsite is and get over there to it. So I'm just going to paddle, and next time I turn this on, I'll probably be in my tent getting ready for bed. All right, so I just saw something that's gonna make me sound crazy. So I was watching the sky, just kind of floating back towards where the campground is. But I'm watching the sky, and I saw a satellite that was headed like southwest. And I was like, well, that's not a typical direction for satellites to be going. So I was really paying attention to it, watching it, and thinking, well, it's got to be an airplane. There's no way that's a satellite going southwest. But it really resembled a satellite, just a little white light blazing across the sky. And then as I was watching that one, another satellite started reflecting the light and was following it. I was like, man, that's like pretty close, like within, 2 inches, watching it go across the sky, like a couple fingers width apart. And it followed it from about the noon position to about the 10 position. And the one that was following it turned off, like it stopped reflecting the light. So I was still watching the other one, because now I'm like, well, that's weird that there's one following a satellite following a satellite. And then as I'm watching that area, another satellite comes in, like turns on, catches the reflection, and it's going south, and it's going like really fast. So now I'm watching the southwest one is kind of fading out, but the one going south is really bright. And as it's going across the sky, it's like doing these like weird zigzags. I swear. And it did it all the way across the sky. And not zigzags like big, like if you hold your finger up, it was within, the thickness of a finger, like little tiny zigzags. But it happened. I saw it. I had nothing to drink, no drugs, no nothing. And it happened. I saw it. It's so weird. All right. All right, we made it. Oh, the poor guy. The 5-legged spider has nowhere to go. This is my evening snack. Gonna be delicious. All right, let's give this a try. Ooh, it's wrapped just like a real ice cream sandwich. And it looks like an ice cream sandwich. Okay. It tastes like an ice cream sandwich. Definitely gonna need a lot of water to wash this down though. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, well, it's morning and I already got everything all packed up and I'm ready to leave. It's just so loud here, and the campsite's very pretty, but the road noise is too much. So I'm all packed up, I'm heading out. Not sure where I'll go next week, maybe up to Cumberland Island, not real sure. We'll figure all that out in the next coming days. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.